Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this festival, all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. This is Akim Abdul Jill, back with another Feed the Flock session. Also want to give a salute to the man I look this truth from, Shalom, Barakathon. Yeah, I'm out here again, as commanded by our Lord and Savior, prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. And as always, I'm dealing with the elements right now. It's coming into the second week of March, and it seems like we got hit with a little blizzard. Still maybe snow or sleet coming down, but as the Lord and Savior commanded us to present our body as a living sacrifice, we out here still doing the work, regardless of what the climate may be, snow, sleet, whatever. So I want to begin by speaking on, the evident, what's evidently going on, the evidence of this kingdom going down. Like right now we're dealing with all across this country gas prices, and some think it's a political agenda because Biden, last year sometime that he's promoting and gave funds to, electrical vehicles. That could be one of the motives of why these gas prices are the way they are, or they're blaming it on, this current scrimmage between, Russia and the Ukraine. So there's different reasons on why, the gas prices are the way it is today. But my personal opinion is that it has something to do with, Biden's agenda with these, electrical vehicles. They're trying to say they want to go green, this climate change and things and whatnot. But it all points to the MOB. Look at it this way. What is more, acceptable to the grid, electrical vehicle or a gas-powered vehicle? So an electrical vehicle, by my personal preference, will fit the agenda with AI, artificial intelligence, trying to link everything to AI. That's pretty much part of their NWO, man. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much leads up to the MOB. So brothers and a few sisters that are in the truth, acronyms that I'm using, pretty much accustomed to, because we got to speak nowadays in code because they're restricting the so-called right to freedom of speech. You understand? So there's certain words we can't use that, they will label us or label our lessons, our channels as, misinformation or medical misinformation and things of that nature. So we have to speak in code. But the brothers and a few sisters that are in the know, you should know what these acronyms mean, the NWO, the MOB. So pretty much on Biden's agenda, pretty much, not Biden's agenda, but he's more or less like a puppet. But the reason why, for my personal preference, or my personal, not preference, but my personal opinion on this situation is that he's, when these gas prices the way they are is because he's leaning more on what he was trying to agenda that he's trying to fulfill is that smart, like the smart vehicle or the electrical vehicle, pretty much connected to the AI, man. artificial intelligence. So an electrical vehicle is more susceptible and more compatible to an AI program than a gas-powered vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to transition, make this hard transition um, that their elites of the Edomites is trying to enforce on the people, leading up to the MOB, man. Everything is going to be, I mean, they want everything to be pretty much computerized, man. You know what I'm saying? Machine, what's it, human trans, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Transhumanism, yeah. Turning man into machine, you know, things of that nature. So that's my personal opinion on why things are, especially when it comes to the gas price, things are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, these things, these are what they call, they got another trend name that's going around other than hyperinflation. It's called, I can't think of it right now, but there's another trend that they use when it comes to these prices being skyrocketing. You know what I'm saying? There's another word they use other than hyperinflation, but we're leading up into those times where a lot of things will be scarce. You know, you got people when it comes to the gas, I read an article, you got people already panic buying. You know what I'm saying? And I read and I seen one of the brothers put out when it comes to these like this guy right here. He drives a semi that pretty much look like he delivers to Family Dollar. You know what I'm saying? And there was this one guy, I think he seemed to be an Edomite. He was pretty much saying how much it costs for his to fill up his tank. I think it's roughly around, you know, between 12, 1300 to fill up his tank. And that was at $4. It's a change a gallon. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when it's double that, you know. And he was saying that he was delivering milk. So he's delivering necessities to your grocery store. So with these gas prices the way they are, it's going to go, you know, to a more, it's going to become a more what? Or it's going to lead up to that famine, man. You know, it's also going to be a famine that we're living in, that we're going to live in. There's also going to be a famine of the word. You know what I'm saying? But in this scenario, it's leading up to what? That famine. So you won't be able to have these necessities that you have, that you see currently. That you, even if you do go into these grocery stores, you see the shelves, some shelves are still bare, or they have lesser items than they did at one particular time. So these are the times that we're living in, like these are the times that we're coming into. You know what I'm saying? That's going to lead up to what? Jacob's trouble, man. So we are set up as what? The watchmen of the house of Israel, to warn our people that, hey, these things are real. You know, at first when the elders was out here, you know, they try to label them as what? Fear mongers, like fear mongers, um, conspiracy theorists, and things of that nature. But you see, with the elders and the apostles was on the highways and byways preaching, man, for decades, the truth, man, coming to fruition, man. These things that was preaching decades ago are what? Being enacted as we speak, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're on the highways and byways as commanded by our Lord and Savior, one who the house of Israel to the impending perils, man, the calamities that are approaching him, man. Death is around the corner, man. You know what I'm saying? So with this famine that's approaching, it's gonna lead to what? Total chaos, man. Because people gonna have nothing to lose, man. If we have nothing to lose, you know, they lose it. So these are the times that we're coming into, man. Let me get that. Like, This is the book of Psalms, like it. But all this that's taking place is the works of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. This is all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's plan, man. This place, Babylon the Great, aka America, is on its what? Last leg, man. In reference to the image that Daniel saw, you know, when he was like not the image that Daniel saw, but the image that Daniel pretty much explained to the king of Babylon, man. That the leg, this is what we're living in. That dynasty, that last leg that Daniel pretty much explained to the king of Babylon, man. This is the last leg, man, which is aka America, man. That statue where the legs are made with clay and iron, you know, part strong, partial weak, you know. But like I mentioned, this is all Yahweh Hashem Shai's plan, man. This place right here has to what come to pass, man, in order for the Yahweh Hashem Shai to establish his what righteous kingdom. His wicked kingdom has to be done away with, man. It has to come to pass, man. This is part of the process of Esau Edom's kingdom coming to pass, man. Things like this happen, man. Let me read this in the book of like this is the book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He break the whole staff of bread. So that's what we're coming into, man. When we go, there's going to be a day when you wake up and you're going to have the craving for, you know, your favorite so-called food, and you're going to visit one of these restaurants, if not one of your grocery stores, and you're going to see that the shelves are going to be bare, man. They ain't going to have anything at all, man. You're going to pull up to your, you know, McDonald's drive-thru and see that you're going to see a cardboard cutout sign saying, "So we out of chicken, we out of burger," or whatever it may be, man. So these are the times that we are actually approaching, man, speedily, man. Let's read that again. This book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He break the whole staff of bread. So this is what Yahweh is ordained for this place, man. So this place, Babylon the Great, must be done away with, man. So that the ushering in of a righteous, just kingdom can be established, man. So this is let me say this precept right here. This book of Psalms, chapter 51 and 19. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee, desolation and destruction, and the famine, and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? So that's what the two men of the Lord, we abide in what? Yahweh Shai's precept, man. We abide in Yahweh, the tower of Yahweh Shai, man. So we are comforted by these precepts because what? We know the calamities this place is about to go into, man. You know, 2/3 of our people, they're going to be caught off guard because what? They trust in what? Esau Edom. For one, they're going into what? These, or they're pretty much establishing these universal income. You got these, you know, Jake families, the House of Israel family is living in these ghettos, bayous, reservations, or etc. that are eligible for what? Universal income, right? So they're leaning upon the staff of evil, man. How about you now? Break that staff, man, the whole staff of bread. So they're going to be dependent upon what? Esau, man. To what? Save them out of this calamity, these impending dangers, this famine that's speedily approaching, man. So the true men of the Lord is warning our people that, hey, you can't lead upon Egypt, man. You get that. This is this is the book of Second Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, unto all that trust on him. So all these Jake's family, man, they're going to trust upon who, man? They're going to trust upon Babylon the Great, man, aka America, also is known spiritually as, also is known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt, man. So they're going to trust upon this broken society, man. This society is on its last leg, man. This society is done, man. This kingdom is done. And it's pretty much everything. They're showing you right in front of your face, man. It's pretty much this place is what I had recently saw an article regarding these police men and women, police men and women. They're still, even though they're laxing on certain mandates when it comes to what, because they had the last I heard of, they had a Supreme Court ruling that pretty much went against Biden's mandate of what forced ejaculation. I mean, what's the word a little bit for? Forced. I'm about to say something else like forced. I'm gonna say jab, man. Yeah, forced jab, man. So that's the last I heard of. They had the U.S. Supreme Court ruling against Biden's mandate, man. But I also read an article yesterday regarding these police men and women. I can't recall what city and state, but it said if they don't get the ones that don't have or not juiced up, their job can be jeopardized, man. So you got some private sector that are still enforcing this, man, even though they have U.S. Supreme Court ruling against that, man. So this is Egyptian against Egyptian, man. You got some that are pro-jab, you got some that are anti-jab. That's the Egyptian against the Egyptian, man. But the house of Israel, like the house of Israel, that trust upon this broken reed it's going to go into your hand, meaning that you're going to go down with them, man. This broken system, man, this society, they're continue to lead you astray. They continue to have you believe on this American dream, man. This society is done. Read that again. Book of 2 Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. Now behold, thou trust upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, unto all that trust on him. So to all that trust on him, man, that's what's going to happen to you, man. These calamities, these pestilence, that's is going to fall upon you, man. That is actually the Lord's wrath, man. It's going to fall upon you, man. get another precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 2. That walk. Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's talking about mainly the 2/3, man. Woe to the rebellious children, man. That's talking about Israel that what? That would not repent, man. That continue to what? Forsake Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to forsake thee, man. For those that don't hearken to his word, man. For those don't hearken to the warning, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is actually warning his people, man, on what's to come, man. That's what prophecy means, man. To what? Speak things that are going to come in the future, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Prophesy things that are what? Going to come to pass. That are what? Yet, not yet happened. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, and woe means destruction, man. Saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me. So they really take counsel of what? Esau Edom, man. They don't want to take counsel of what? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. This word, man. This word is not of man. They think because they see men on the highways and byways, they think this ideology comes from man. Now, this ideology, this actual, like not ideology, but this actual, the actual event that we are preaching, that we're prophesying, is what? Beyond any mere mortal's comprehension, man. So this is something that's going to take place by what? The hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And that hand is that right hand. It's Yahushua, man. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So these people do not come in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. They come in the spirit of what? Babylon the Great, man. That's why they're what? Leaning upon that broken reed. They're still trusting in this place, man. They what? They got their hope in what? Some normality, man. But right when you think everything is gonna what? Go back to normal, what happens? These gas prices what? Skyrocket, man. It's gonna lead up and it's gonna continue to rise, man. We're having approached summer yet, man. So you know the gas prices always go or higher in the summertime, man. So they're what? They're getting high now, but they're gonna be higher in the summertime, man. To the point that what? You're gonna have to really determine your comings and goings. You're gonna have to really determine, do I need to actually go to the gym today? Because I don't have enough gas. If I go to the gym today, I may not have enough gas to, you know, take me throughout the week to go to work. So you're gonna have decisions like that when it comes to this so-called gas, man. Oh, I can't go out to my favorite restaurant because I gotta cut back because what? I may not have gas money to get back and forth to work, man. And then they may have to what? Resort to what? People may have to resort to public transportation because of gas prices being so what you want to say, outrageous. Repeat that again. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, like saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So that's what they're doing, man. This place is a mere shadow, man. This place is a mere shadow, man. This place is going to fade away, man. This place is going to come to pass, man. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. And woe to them that what? Trust in Egypt, man. This place is called, spiritually called Solomon, Egypt, man. Babylon the Great, aka America, man. It's spiritually called Solomon and Egypt. So woe to them that trust on this place, man. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. And we out here warning our people not do that, man. Don't trust in this place, man. This place is going out, man. This place is on its way out, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh is on its way in, man. The righteous kingdom is in the process of what? Being established, man. The kingdom starts with you, man. We continue on. The book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So that's exactly what's going to happen, man. This place is going to be your shame because you're going to realize that what? This place actually let you down because you're going to put your trust in that bruised reed, that broken reed, this broken system, and then you're going to realize that, hey, I should have done that, man. Your conscience is going to come back. Your conscience is going to kick into reality, and you're going to think to yourself, why do you trust on this crazy society, man? This place is beyond what's the word I'm looking for? It's full of widows, man. Even your street corner widows, to these people in these 3-piece suits, man. This place is full of widows, man. Widows, man. This place is gonna be your shame, man. Continue on. The book of Isaiah chapter 3, the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. This place is full of confusion, man. And these people are gonna be further confused, man, when they see the calamities taking place, and they're not gonna have nowhere to run to, man. Just like over there in Ukraine, you know, you got people that are very upset with Biden and his administration because what? They're not giving aid to the extent that they want to be given aid to, meaning they won't back up because they're at an all-out war over there, man. So they were expecting Biden to what? Bring his troops because Ukraine is quote-unquote allies with them, man. They're not part of the United Nations, but they're considered allies to the United States. So those people over there was confused. So they thought Biden and his administration would come to their aid. They were let down, man. That was their shame. So is the inhabitants here in Babylon the Great, man, especially Israel, man. You're going to be shamefaced when what? You realize that your trust in Egypt was what? Your biggest mistake, man. And your biggest mistake is what? Taking an MOB, man. So if you take that, you mark for what? You mark for death, man. Thus saith the Lord, man. That's a commandment. But it's not what? Take that, man. I'm talking about the children of Israel, man. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36 and 9. How then willest thou turn away the face of one captain of the least of my master's servant, and put thy trust on Egypt for chariot, and for horsemen? So that was Ukraine's mistake, man. They put their trust in Egypt, which is um this place, Babylon the Great, is spiritually called like Solomon, Egypt, and the Ukraine put their trust upon them, man, because of what? Their chariots and their horsemen, meaning their military might, man. And they was what? Confused, man, by what? The reaction of or the like the reluctance of the reaction of the United States, man. They were reluctant to do anything, man. They're hesitant to what? Actually partake in what's going on over there in Russia and Ukraine, man. You know, sure they're doing what? They're sanctioning them, you know, when it comes to what? Trade and these other the trade wars. That's what it is. And the trade wars is going to eventually lead to what? All out war, man. Physical war. Like right now, when they sanction people, those are what they call trade wars. On trade and goods and services and things of that nature. Those are trade wars. So what's going to happen? Those trade wars is going to pretty much evolve like into all out war, man. But before that come to pass, the MOB must be sanctioned, man. And what we're experiencing now, my personal belief is that transition, especially when it comes to the gas, they want everything to be what? Connected to this AI, man, this artificial intelligence. And what would work better? An electrical car or a gas-powered car? What would work better with the grid? You got some of these people that are what? Living off the grid. And a lot of people that are living off the grid, if not all of them, are Edomites. So they are aware of what's coming, but the possibility, which it is going to come to pass, of what? This place being what? Done away with, man. The lifestyle that you come to know is going to dramatically change, man. So that's why you got these Edomites that are living off the grid, man. So what works better? What works better on the grid? An electrical car or a gas powered car, man? An electrical car, man. So that's why they're trying to make the car transition to what? AI, man. Everything hooked up to what? The artificial intelligence, man. That was what ushered in that MOB, man. That's why you got smartphones, smart TVs, smart cameras, things of that nature, man. Because that's the transition. That's the trend that they're pushing now. You know, trusting in electronics. You know, transhumanism, man. Merging man and machine. You know, like that Terminator type thing, man. Cyborgs and things like that. That sci-fi thing, man. That's what Esau Edom is actually trying to push, man. Because he wants to live forever, man. He wants his rulership to be what? A perpetual one. But it's not, man. The only perpetual rulership that's going to be established here on earth is the how about on our side, that righteous rulership, man. This man built his empire on what? Bloodshed. Atrocities, man. All the below. Lies, rape, robbery, and murder, man. So you think an establishment like this is going to last forever, man? You're totally confused, man. But see, that's the mentality or that's the spirit that a lot of these Babylonians, I'm talking about 2/3 of Israel, come in, man. They trust in Egypt, man. They trust in Babylon the Great, aka America, man. They believe this place is going to come into a somewhat normalcy, man. But like I said earlier, just when you thought things were what? Getting better, what happened? These gas prices started to rise, man. That's what? um actually moving into what? More problems. And problems without solutions can easily turn into chaos, man. And that's what they're trying. That's one thing that they're trying to establish too, man. Order out of chaos, man. That's one of the that's the old ancient method of the Edomites, man. They bring chaos. They construct chaos. They orchestrate chaos, and they want the layman to come to them for a solution, man. Order out of chaos, man. That's one of their ancient tactics, man. That they've been using, man. Right. This is regarding, you know, Babylon the Great has been a golden cup in the how about our side's hand, man. So this place is going to what? Come down, or this place is gonna go out with a bang, to say the least. And like I mentioned, every time I come out here, that's who shows up, man. I mean, every time, and I mean literally, every time I come out here, this who shows up, man. Like in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and 11, they hunt our steps, man. You know, they're trying to, listen in to the prophets, the true men of the Lord. But we out here teaching and preaching. You know, they wanna say something, so they try to come with different lies or construct different ways to approach this, man. So other than that, this is the form of harassment that they can give. You know, so when we show up, they want to act like their presence need to be seen, so they can feel like what the issue of the reason why we're here is because the reason why they're here, we're here. But I'm not going to ramble too much on these Babylonians and the methods of what they do, man. But like I was saying, it's like I'm rambling on. But like I was saying, Babylon the Great, aka America, has been a golden cup in the how about see how it's size hand, man. This is the book of Job 28 and 22. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. So destruction and death have heard of the fame, man. This place has been a golden cup in the hands of the high boss to the outside. Destruction and death heard of the fame of this place, man. That's why you got a lot of these different what? Nations flocking to Babylon the Great, aka America, man, because they've heard of what the fame of this place, where what they could come and pretty much pitch a tent for themselves and their generation, man. Set up a safety net, you know, live the what? The American dream, man. In all actuality, it's an American nightmare, man. To the brothers and a few sisters that are in the know, man. But see, death and destruction have heard the fame of this place, man. And death and destruction is what? On its way, man. So this place is on its way out. Repeat that again. This book of Job, chapter 28, verse 22. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. The Most High understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. So Yahweh Shai understand the ways of Babylon the Great, man, aka America, man, and know the place thereof. He knows what Babylon the Great is, man. He knows it's right here. Where people, the geographical location where people believe, like geographical location where people are actually living in, and is known as America or the United States. The Habashim Habashai know that this place is what? Babylon the Great, man, aka America, man. Egypt. Scripture calls Silent Egypt, man. We know the true men of the true men of the Lord know what this place is, man. True men of the Lord know that America is Babylon the Great. Because we were given what? That insight by what? The Holy Spirit, man. Of the Habashim, man. Repeat that again. The book of Job, chapter 28, verse 22. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. The Most High understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. So how about sitting outside knows this place is what is going to be destroyed, man. The how about sitting outside knows this place what is going to be full of marked for death. Man. This place is going to be, it's going to far outrank the death toll that most of these people are known, man. This place is going to be right every square inch of a mile of Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to be left desolate, man. By what? That nuclear fire, man. Why you think the bear is getting roused up, man? Why you think this Cold War, because United States has always been at a war, but it's coined a Cold War. So why you think this Cold War is slowly heating up, man? They poking the bear, and they don't want to upset the bear, man. But the bear is busting, man. But that's what's going on now. That's what's going on. That's why you see the conflict in with Russia and Ukraine. But there's already an article that I briefly glanced at, and they got these insiders here. They said that if China and Russia pretty much join forces, the United States has no chance against them. But they were talking about more or less a cyber war, but on a physical plane, they have no chance, man. China has a more, you know, their populace is more, they have more people, so they have a higher military presence, man. So they military when it comes to manpower, they have more people or more boots on the ground than the United States, man. And if China decides to join forces with Russia, the United States definitely doesn't have a chance, man. And they got insiders that know that, man. But they was more or less talking about on a cyber war playing field, man. But even on a physical war playing field, they have no chance, man. And they know that. Even when it comes to their defense missile, like their defense mission or their defense program here in Babylon the Great, aka America, they have no chance, man. They have no chance, man. Like I touched on the week before, that there was a simulation. So the brother put this knowledge out that there was a simulation of the United States demonstrating what would happen if, missiles were to come in the direction of the United States, man. And they did a automated simulation, man. And they failed horribly, man. They couldn't shoot down not one missile. They had to totally slow this simulation down to knock down one missile, man. So you trusted upon Egypt, man. This broken reed, death and destruction and woe to you, man. Thus saith the Lord, man. Continue on. For he looketh to the ends of the earth and seeth under the whole heaven to make the way for the winds, and he weighed the waters by measure. So, man, Yahweh is what? It's weighing this place on how big of a destruction is going to take place, man, because he sees the iniquity, man, that's going on here. Yahweh sees what's going on here, man. He searches the ends of the earth, man. He knows what's taking place here, man. Most people may not believe that, but hey, what if some don't believe, man? You think the outcome, because some do not believe, is not going to take part? That's your confusion, man. Repeat that again. This book of Job, chapter 28. I'm going to start at 22 again. Destruction and death say, we have heard fame thereof with our ears. The Most High understands the ways thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the end of the earth, and he sees, and seeth under the whole heaven to make the weight of the winds, and he weighed the waters of measure. So those winds are is regarding to what? That nuclear fire, man. On how big of a destruction this place is going to get, man. Because Yahweh Shem outside is a just weight, man. So the reason why this place is going to be wiped off the map is because of what? Its iniquities, man, reached unto heaven, man. Its abominations have reached up to heaven, man. And this wicked nation ran by Esau Edom is running up his tab, man. So this place being destroyed is going to be destroyed in a rightful way, man. In a just way, man. Like, that's why this place is going to be destroyed in a way of a nuclear disaster, because this place has to be cleansed, man. That's that water is that lake of fire, man. That wave, man. Like, yeah, the how about sending outside is going to bring death and destruction to this place, man. So before death and destruction on a scale of those ICBM missiles, there's going to be what? There's going to be people going to die by what? Famine and the sword, man. Those are the times we're living in, man. The famine, man. When you walk into, like I mentioned earlier, when you walk into your grocery store, or when you want to go to your favorite restaurant, and then what? You're going to realize they ain't going to have anything to feed you with, man. These are the times that we're coming in. These are the times that are actually approaching, man. Death is around the corner, man. So people want to die before that ultimate death by way of those nuclear ICBM missiles. People are going to die by what? The famine and the sword, man. If you're not succumbed by the famine, the sword is gonna get you, man. Or vice versa. If you're able to escape that sword, the famine is gonna get you, man. So there's no escaping Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's no one, man. Everyone is in the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Everyone's destiny is all, your fate is already written, man. You're just, the end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Let me get that. Like, like, like. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 6. And end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come. So your fate has already been predestined, man. Your fate has already been written out. Roughly, to say the least, let me say, to say the least, by the stroke of the pen of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the architect, man, of your fate. The architect of your fate is no other than Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And it's already predestined, man. Repeat that again. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 6. And end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come. So the end is already set, man. It's watching for you, man. This place has already been predestined to what? Be destroyed, man. The end is waiting for you. It's watching for you to come, man. So this place has already been marked for death, man. It's already been marked for destruction, man. People have been marked for death, man. Whether they believe it or not, but what if some believe? Like, what if some don't believe? Like, but this place has already been predestined to be destroyed, man. So putting your faith in Egypt, that bruised reed, you're being what? Marked with death, man. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And the true men of the Lord is out here what? On the highways and byways, warning our people, man. Of what? The pending perils, calamities, this death and destruction that's right around the corner, man. Death is around the corner, man. This is a real this horn, this trumpet is being blown, man. And people gonna realize that a prophet has been among them when they what? Hear those nuclear horns go off, man. Those nuclear sirens go off, man. And they're gonna tell you you got 30 minutes to get to your what? Your nearest bomb shelter, whatever. They're gonna be scrambling and scratching and clawing, don't even know it, trying to pray, and don't even realize that the prophet has been among them, and that was warning them of these impending calamities for decades, man. I'm talking about starting with the elders and apostles, man. Great men that I learned from, man. By the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. So the end of all things, meaning this the lifestyle that you come to like. Some people may not even like it, but the lifestyle you come accustomed to is at an end, man. Everything that you see, man, is what? Is vanity, man. This place is going to be left desolate, man. Everything here is going to be burnt up in what? That lake of fire, man. Let's repeat that again. This book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So that's what the two men of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is doing, man. We're being sober minded, meaning what? We're walking circumspectly, man. Redeeming the time because the time is evil, man. We're living in some truly evil times, man. But these things must come to pass before what? The ushering in of that righteous kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. These things must come to pass, man. But we're sober-minded. Because we understand these things, man. And we're hastening the coming of our Lord, man. Repeat that again. We're hastening the coming of our Lord, man. Like, it's the book of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 9. If when evil cometh upon us as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand therefore, like we stand before this house and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou willest hear and help. So the true men of the Lord is what? We're going into the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. We're pleading to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, to what? Preserve us from these what? Calamities, man. We already know the impending danger. And we're presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice to do what? Warn the flock, man. Because we was commanded to do so, man. But what? We're still praying, hoping, and putting our true faith in what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, in these last days, man. Because putting your faith in man is vain, man. That's vanity, man. Putting your trust in this broken system, which is Egypt, ran by Esau Edom, your enemy, is vanity, man. Repeat that again. This is the book of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 9. If when evil cometh upon us as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help. So we put our faith and trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. that he hears our cry of affliction, man. Of what? To be delivered, man, from judgment, man. So this place is gonna what? Be judged, man. You think all this wickedness that took place here, man, and the Most High is gonna turn a blind eye to all this, man? No, man. The wicked is what created for the day of evil, man. How about Shem Yahushua created everything, man? Even the wicked for the day of evil. Let me get that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, has made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, you think all this wickedness that took place here in Babylon the Great, you think the Most High is going to turn a blind eye from this? Nah, man. They have been preserved for what? The day of evil, man. The day of judgment, man. When Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy this place, man. That's what they have been preserved for, man. And Esau Edom start with his elite. They're going to be preserved for what? Hardcore bondage, man. Because what? Those that lead into captivity shall go into captivity, man. Thus saith the Lord, man. So all the wickedness that Esau Edom done, all the wickedness that took place in this place, man, is going to be judged, man. By who? No other than Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Thus saith the Lord, man. All these transgressions, all the transgressions that took place here, man. All the abominations that's being taking place now, man. All the lies, rape, murder. This place is the biggest is deception, man. That's why it's called confusion, man. So you think the Most High just turned a blind eye to this place, man? You're being confused by who? Esau Edom, the devil, man. The devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That's one of the devil's character traits, man. It's deception, man. Let me repeat that again. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So these people have been made, these wicked people have been made to be preserved for the day of evil, man, the day of judgment by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, that created all things, man. So they're going about their daily routine, thinking that no one sees me under their wicked counsel. No one sees the wickedness that I am doing, that there are going to be no accountability for their what action. But they're being sadly mistaken, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua sees all. He searches the whole earth, man. He sees everything, man. He knows everything because what? He is the architect, the author, and finisher of all your faith, of all our faith, man. So he knows your heart, man. He knows what you are doing. See if anybody on the comment board. No, it don't look like it. It's getting real. You know, it's getting like winter time, man. I think this small blizzard turned to, actual snow. I looked at the forecast, not to jump off the subject, but I looked at the forecast that was calling for rain, but this rain turned to sleet, now it's snowing. But you know, like I said earlier, we supposed to present our body as a living sacrifice, you know, for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. I would address a little bit warmer than this if I'd have knew it, but you know, it is what it is. Like this is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So this is what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai does, man. Because this place is going to be on display with what? Famine. Famine is going to be on display. It's going to be up close and personal, man. These civil this civil unrest, which is, you know, a miniature. It's going to be war on a miniature scale. It's going to be up close and personal, man. And those that put their trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, those 144,000 chosen spirits, man, is going to be preserved in that day, man. And we're living in that day, but in those hours, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai preserve those spirits, man. We don't know who those spirits are, but we hope and pray that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai preserve us, man. We hope and pray that we're what? Part of that precious elk, man. Let me repeat that again. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword, man. So why did Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man? Because without Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, you done, man. Because of what, how much doomsday prepping that you do, how much you stock up on these necessities, how much you stock up on the sword, meaning the guns, ammunition, all that stuff is vanity, man. If you don't have, the Lord doesn't have you, because people think, like, I got, you know, if the Lord doesn't have you, man, they think because, you know, they put what's what they say? These plantation Christianity, they give their life over the Jesus cross. They think that they're really doing something, man. Now, there's only one nation that is worthy of salvation, man, and that's the nation of Israel, man. All these other nations, man, they're not worthy of salvation, man. They're gonna be preserved. They're gonna be preserved for what? To be bond men and bond women, man. But the nation of Israel is the only nation worthy of what? Salvation, man. This is the book of Jeremiah. Let me get a precept to back that. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 12. They have believed the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and said, it is not he, neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword nor famine. So those that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, we believe that what? He will preserve his chosen elect in those days, man. Giving faith that he will preserve his men in those hours, man. That's what we put our faith in, man. We don't put our faith in Egypt, Babylon the Great, aka America, man. We definitely don't put our faith in Esau Edom, man. We already know he's a devil, man. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. So we put our faith in the Lord, man. We believe the Lord, and we hope and pray that we're part of that precious elk, man. That's what we put our hope for, man. So this place is done, man. It's evident. Like I said, like I spoke before in the beginning of this session, man, that when you thought everything was going back to some normalcy, what happened? They hit with these gas prices, man. And that's going to what? Affect the necessities, meaning the food, because these drivers are not going to be able to what? Afford to go back and forth to these grocery stores. Because what? I talked to a man, because I work at a place that delivers goods. And I talked to one guy, he's a policeman, but he drives trucks, you know, it's a family business, so he drives trucks part-time. He was telling me how, you know, his contractor that, you know, he do work for was willing to pay him $1,000 to come down here. He was driving, I think he was driving some part of Maryland or Northern Virginia somewhere. Pay him $1,000 to come down here, but he had to put 500 in his tank, man. So there's no real profit. And he said that he was telling, he said, man, you're not, he said, with gas going up, he said, you're not gonna budge on, you know, on you know, me taking this load down. So they're trying to pay you the same thing, but these prices is what? Increasing. And I also was looking at the news, I think it was Bloomberg, they was talking about how these products that are being sold in stores, they're, say for instance, there was a product that's being sold in the store for 20 ounces at $2.99. That same product is going to be sold at $2.99 for roughly 16 ounces. So they're taking away, you know, of what they're selling you, but having you pay the same price, man. And this was on Bloomberg News the other day, man. So this is that famine, man, that's approaching, man. With these, you know, gas prices, with what? With the commodities or the necessities that they sell, it's called shrinkflation. No, like shrinkflation. That's the term I was thinking about an hour ago. But it's called now shrinkflation, where they're selling you less for the same buck, man. So something that was priced at a store for $2.99, like the example I gave, a 20 ounce, you know, maybe a 20 ounce of your favorite drink or something that was sold for $2.99. That same product is going to be sold for $2.99, but with fewer ounces, man. For example, that 20 ounce would turn to 16.9 ounces at the same price, man. So that's what they call shrink inflation, man. So we're actually in the midst of that, man. So they're doing that right now, shrink inflation, man. So this shrink inflation is going to lead to what? Hyperinflation. This is going to lead to what? Store sales being bare. That's going to lead to what? All our family, man. So these things are actually coming to pass, man. And the true men of the Lord has been warning for decades, man. Starting with the elders and apostles, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, these great men went through a lot, man. Not only the element, but being scrutinized by what? These heathens, man. These non-believers, man. For what? Doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua as was commanded by them to do, man. Warning the flock, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said, what? If you love thee, feed my flock, man. That's what we're doing, man. That's what those great men have been doing, man, for decades on end, man. But what time is it? I'm probably gonna wrap up a little bit. But prepare for what? I ain't talking about um I'm talking to the house of Israel. Prepare, man, for what's to come, man. And I ain't talking about stock up, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm telling you that that's not gonna preserve you, man. If you got money to get you some, necessities, I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm telling you that's not gonna preserve you, man. The how about Shimmy Awashai is gonna preserve you, man. Like, like I was looking for a free stuff, I can't find it right now. But there was a free stuff, that there was this guy, you know, he was putting his faith in what? His necessities, man. He was putting his faith in what? His bread. He said, I got all this bread. He was, Yahweh Shemi Awashai blessed this individual that he was able to what? Sustain. He said, I got all this bread. What should I do? He should build him a barn and put all his bread. And Yahweh Shemi Awashai said, fool, I require your soul, you know what I'm saying, pretty much now. He thought that by putting his faith in his bread, not putting his faith in Yahweh Shemi Awashai would sustain him. But Yahweh Shemi Awashai took his soul, man. He's saying the same hour, roughly paraphrasing, Yahweh Shemi Awashai required his soul, man. So you can't put yourself, like I was explaining earlier, if you got a little bit of funds to, get you some necessities or whatever, I ain't telling you not to do that. But I'm telling you what, don't put your faith in that, man. Don't think that that's going to preserve you, man. And Yahweh Shemi Awashai is made examples of people then, and he's going to make an example of people now, man. Things written before time are written for our learning, man. So that scenario is what was written for our learning, man. To learn from that individual's mistake, man. Don't put your trust in what man. Don't put your trust in what bread, man. Because Yahweh Shemi Awashai is going to break all the bread and stuff. This place is going to be It's gonna be, you know, like no, we're gonna enter a time like no other, man. That famine is pretty much real, man. And it's right here it's right here, definitely around the corner, man. The sword is real, man. You're gonna have friends, so-called friends that was cool with each other just a week ago. Now they're gonna be at each other's throat, man. Because like I explained earlier, man, when people don't have nothing to lose, man, they lose it, man. And that's how these so-called friends gonna be at each other, man. They're gonna be at each other's throat, man. Because what? The lack of bread, man. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna break all staff of bread, man. So now it's getting kind of, you know, real blizzard out here now. And I don't think the visibility is gonna be too good, you know. So I'm gonna end it off there. But before I do, all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kakadash. This is Akim Bill. Also want to give a salute to the middle of letting the truth from, Shalom, Barakatam, and Lord willing, I'll be out here again, feeding the flock as commanded by our Lord and Savior. Till next time, Shalom, and a fall.